Hello everyone, good morning, and especially to our dearest instructress, Mrs. Bonivizeta. Okay, before anything else, allow me to introduce myself. My name is April Rose B. Marfa, and I am from Group 10. And the topic that was assigned to us is about keywords. So, I know that you all guys know already what keywords is, and a keyword in a simple term is a word or phrases that is used to explore what results a resource can provide on a topic. Okay, so it means nga mga words na sila or idea nga naghatag sa aton sang hint para mag-get dayon naton ang information na gusto naton na makuha. Okay, so since we are the last group and among i-cater is ang mga important na words or phrases na natackled sa mga previous nga reporters from group 1 until group 9. So, my part to be discussed today is all about the group 1 topic. Okay? So, their topic is all about the teaching as an art and teaching as the science. Okay? So, since I know you already have an idea or stock knowledge about what the topic means, so without further ado, let's start. Okay, so in teaching as a science, there has 5 important parts, and these are development of inquiry, systematic procedures, sequence methodology, focus and structure, orderly record keeping, and lastly but not the least is the systematic observation and evaluation. Okay, so let's have first the development of inquiry. Okay, so what is development of inquiry? So it means the teacher aim to develop students' analytical and inquisitive thinking. Okay, so naman sila buhaton sa teacher. So, para para ma-use ang ila critical thinking sa students, so teacher must design and experiments, okay, where students must form hypotheses, collect data, and draw conclusions. Okay? So, si teacher is magpa-experiment siya sa students. Okay, next one is the systematic procedure. So, teaching involves the use of systematic methods and strategies similar to the steps used in systematic investigation to ensure effective learning. Okay, so for example, a teacher follows a structured lesson plan that includes clear objectives, instructional steps, and assessment methods to guide students through the learning process. Okay? Okay, so next in line is the sequence methodology. So from the word itself, sequence. So it is the learning activities that are planned and executed in a step-by-step manner, ensuring that students build a prior knowledge in a logical sequence. Okay? So, an example for this is a math teacher introduced basic concepts first, then gradually introduces more complex problems, ensuring students understand each step before moving on. Okay? Okay, next is the focus on structure. So, it means that it is an approach to emphasize regardless of challenges to maintain consistency and order in teaching. Okay? So example for this is even when students are disinterested, the teacher sticks to a structural lesson plan and find ways to re-engage them through consistent routines and activities. Okay, the next one is the orderly record keeping. Okay, so teachers are expected to maintain organized records of student progress, assignments, and assessments, which are critical for tracking growth and making informed decision. Okay? So, example sini kay ang teacher kay mag-use siya sa grading system, no? And then mag-keep note siya sa student participation para of course kay by the end of the semester, of course mag-grading man, and then it is the tool to ensure that they have accurate records for parent-teacher conferences. Okay, then the last but not the least is the systematic observation and evaluation. Okay, so it means teacher assess student behaviors, reactions, and learning outcomes through systematic observation and evaluation to adjust instruction, okay, as needed. Okay, so example for this is a teacher, okay, nag-use siya sa formative assessment such as quizzes and observation, okay, para ma-monitor niya ang progress ng usa ka student and ma-adapt niya ang mga lesson to address any learning gaps sa students. Okay, so now let's move on to the next topic, which is the teaching as an art. So, teaching as an art means it is the creative and expressive process of engaging students intellectually and emotionally to inspire learning and personal growth. Okay? So, I know that it is understandable to understand. Teaching as an art. So, it's about connecting with students, students on an emotional level using storytelling, enthusiasm, and innovative approaches to make learning meaningful and enjoyable. Just like an artist, a teacher crafts other lessons in unique ways to motivate and bring out the best in each student. So in teaching as an art, so there are also seven important parts, which are the creative expression, modeling attitudes and values, compassion and caring, enthusiasm and perseverance, creative problem solving, selfless and magnanimous calling, and also the last but not the least is the human connection and emotion. So now let's start sa creative expression. So this topic is very understandable, very easy to understand. So in creative expression, it is teaching is viewed as a form of creative expression where teachers use their personal style, creativity, and intuition to engage students in learning. So for example for this is the teacher uses storytelling, music, or art to explain complex scientific concepts, to making the lessons more relatable and engaging for students. So mostly the teacher gyud teacher kay kanina sila storytelling na sila, mag-share na sila about their personal experience for para ang students is maka-gain sang information sa students. Okay? And then also, para maging engaging ang iya klase. Okay, the next one is modeling attitudes and values. Okay, this is the teacher who serve as a role model. Okay, embodying attitudes and values that they hope to instill in their students. Okay, so example for this is a teacher consistently demonstrate respect, empathy, and honesty in their interactions, influencing students to adapt these values in their behavior. Okay? So, attitude is a must yun. So, as a teacher, we are the role model for our students. So, we don't, dili kita buhat sa mga things or bad things nga maka-ruin sang paglantaw sa aton mga students. So, we are the good role model para sa ila. Next one is the compassion and caring. So, compassionate teaching involves understanding and students' needs and creating a supportive environment, of course. Okay, so that encourages them to persist in their what? In their learning. Okay, so example for this is, despite it challenging topic, okay, the teacher excitement and positive attitude motivate students to keep trying until they understand the material. Okay, so tipa nila, patience is a virtue. Okay, so as teacher, we have that long patience for our students. Okay, next is the creative problem solving. Okay, so it means that teaching as an art involves finding innovative solution to overcome learning difficulties and engage all students. Of course. So, an example for this is a teacher uses games and hands-on activities to help students who struggle with traditional learning methods grasp complex concepts. Okay? So, ang teacher is magpa-game siya or mag-do siya sang hands-on activities para tabangan na itong mga students who are struggled with traditional learning. Okay? So, okay, the next one is the selfless and magnanimous calling. Okay? So, teaching is often seen as a vocation that prioritize students' well-being and growth over personal gain. Okay? So, dapat teacher kita. Dapat gipili natin ng teacher because we want to be a teacher, not by our salary, no? Not by the salary itself, but because we choose teaching because ganahan kita nga may ara kita sang students nga maging successful in the future. Okay? Okay, so example for this selfless teacher is a teacher stays after school to help students prepare for exams even though it's not required. Okay, so because they genuinely care about their success. Okay, so I can still remember I have this teacher way back from high school na every time pa doon na ang exam kay yagid kami sinahatagan sa time to review and to recall sang amon mga na-discuss na for us to have or to gain a sufficient knowledge na. And then, ara na kami sa bakod nga weapon during exam. Okay, so the last but not the least is the human connection and emotion. Okay, so it is the teaching emphasizes the importance of emotional connections and relationship between teachers, students, and parents. Okay, so example for this is a teacher builds a strong relationship with students and their families, creating a supportive community that enhances learning. Okay, so I think that's all for the teaching as an art and as well as the teaching as a science. Okay, so to sum it up, by understanding teaching as both an art and a science, educators can blend creativity and systematic approaches to create a dynamic and effective learning environment. So thank you so much, and I hope you will gain something from my discussion today. Thank you everyone, and God bless you all.